You've been studying your entire life, so you'd think you'd be good at it by now. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You're probably not. And it's not your fault. Nobody ever actually taught you how to study. They just told you to read the textbook and figure it out. Today I'm giving you 3 methods that almost nobody uses. The research behind them is decades old. If you appreciate this type of content, gently tap that like button. Let's get into it. First up, mix it up, don't block it. Most students study one topic until it feels mastered, then move to the next one. That feels organized, but it's actually one of the weaker ways to learn. Memory researcher Robert Bjork has spent years studying something called interleaving, which basically means mixing different topics or problem types together in the same study session instead of grouping them by category. The idea is that switching between topics forces your brain to figure out not just how to solve something, but when to use which method. So instead of doing 20 algebra problems in a row, mix in some geometry and some algebra together. It feels harder in the moment, and your quiz scores might even look worse at first. But this kind of difficulty is what researchers call a desirable difficulty, meaning it slows you down now so the information sticks later. Cramming and single topic blocks tend to score higher right after you study, but noticeably worse a month down the line. Second, guess before you check. This one sounds backwards, but stay with me. When you're reviewing material, most people look at the answer first, then read it, then move on. Try flipping that. Attempt an answer first, even if you're not confident, before you look anything up. Psychologists Janet Metcalfe and Bridget Finn ran a series of studies on something called the hypercorrection effect. They found that when someone is highly confident in a wrong answer and then gets corrected, they're actually more likely to remember the correct answer long term than if they'd never guessed at all. It sounds strange that being confidently wrong helps you learn, but researchers believe it comes down to attention. Your brain pays closer attention to feedback that surprises it. So next time you're reviewing flashcards or old test questions, force yourself to commit to an answer before flipping the card over. Quick break. If you want a new video like this every week, this is your sign to hit subscribe. That's genuinely the easiest way to keep this stuff coming to you consistently. Third, space it out. Don't cram. This might be the most well-documented study method that almost nobody actually uses on purpose. A team led by John Dunlosky at Kent State reviewed the evidence behind 10 common study techniques and found that some of the most popular ones, like highlighting and rereading, barely move the needle. What actually works is spacing your review sessions out over days or weeks instead of doing it all in one sitting. The report specifically called out effective techniques as being underused, meaning most students already have access to what works, they just aren't doing it. In practice, that means reviewing a topic once, then coming back to it 2 days later, then again a week later, instead of studying it once for 3 hours and never touching it again until the exam. So here's the short version. Mix your topics instead of blocking them one at a time. Guess before you check the answer, even when you're not sure. And space your review sessions out over days instead of cramming them into one sitting. If you want to go deeper on how to handle the stress that comes with exam season specifically, I made a video on exactly that. You can check it out by clicking right here.